welcome to the Hot Pepper Show with Pepper Thomas, which is myself. Um, and I'm happy to have you guys here. I have been anticipating this moment of interviewing this young man, and I would say you're my first tester. I don't know if you like to be called a tester, but everyone loves to be
I'm the
tested,
guinea.
right?
I'm the guinea pig. We're
You're the
working
guinea
to work
pig.
the cake
So,
out so you can have
yes,
wonderful shows moving forward.
I know, and it'll be because of you.
Okay.
You're the guy. Everyone, welcome Brad Marquis. Hi, Brad. I know. So what's your excuse? What have you been doing? Have you been avoiding me? What's been going on?
um, I
Yeah.
think we all have the same excuse. It's called COVID.
I know. It's affected everyone's lives, haven't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Hasn't it? Yeah.
It's turned the world upside down a few different times.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it has made us better people. Um,
Do
I
you?
know at least for me. I think I'm a better person since COVID and other things that I've dealt with, death, of loved ones, and
Yeah.
I feel that I'm a different person.
Okay.
Yeah. How
How
about you?
how has COVID
Mhm.
this that how's that changed you?
I think COVID has changed me because I'm a people person. Um, I'm a I'm a person of being in the room with people. And not so much as having to hug them or touch them, but just being around people. So I get energy from that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when COVID happened, I wasn't used to not doing anything. I was like, wait a minute, I got to move around. I can't do this. I can't go here. What? I gotta wait. I gotta what? So that was really interesting to me. It was cool at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
um, but then it made you realize that we take so many things for granted.
Mm-hmm.
That's like saying that, what if I was in an accident, I lost my legs? Well, I'm so used to having them, it's
Right.
going to be hard for me to get used to not having them. So
Right.
that's what it was like. It was like, I didn't, it was hard to get used to not having access to people
Right.
immediately.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that a lot of people who are not used to being at home, like myself, it was a little bit hard, but you got to appreciate the time you were spending with people, and that's what I enjoyed, and I cherish that of the times that I got to spend with people during COVID
Right, right.
who are
No,
no longer here.
I completely agree with that part.
Yeah.
It allowed us, speaking, from my experience with during that time, it allowed you to just slow down
Hmm.
and just, you start weeding stuff out. You start to,
Yes.
over time, it starts, it was a month, 2 months, 3 months, it's going
Hmm.
on, and now it's like,
Hmm.
okay, fake stuff start falling away real quick,
Yes.
and real
Yes.
stuff is remains, and fake stuff internally and externally,
Yes.
and a lot of things that, and you start to put, things back in a proper place that
Hmm.
probably got out of what I would say probably it's probably been out of whack for decades.
Hmm. Hmm.
The family dynamic thing, how much time
Hmm.
have we spent with our family the last 20 years intimately
Hmm.
like that
Hmm.
outside
Hmm.
of the holidays,
Hmm.
and now you're only
Exactly.
forced to be around specific, like, okay, these is my ride or dies. I'm only messing with ride or dies because if I ride with
Hmm.
the wrong person,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I may get sick and end up in like it was just wild.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't you think that I learned that when people, when we were coming up, like we could go into a house and they only had 2 rooms in the house.
Right.
Now we have 5, 6, 7 rooms in a household. And we're like, I need my own room. I no, but you had to be like, especially when we had here in Texas, when we had the ice storm where
Mm-hmm.
it shut down everything. We had no electricity, we had no
Mm-hmm.
water. And
Mm-hmm.
so you had to like habitate with people. And it was like, it was okay if I, laid on the floor with a blanket. And it was okay if I didn't have a bed to sleep on. It was
Mm-hmm.
cool because we had gotten so used to being like, I need my space,
Right.
I need my room. We used to go to a hotel and get one room with 7 people.
Wow. Did you get pushed out during that time? During the ice storm? Like, were you one of the ones that had to go stay in a hotel or just get out, get on different
Ah,
spaces?
no, we were at home.
Okay. That's
We were
good.
at home and we had we had water. Um and then well no, we had no water because we had to turn it off because the water company said,
Yes.
"Hey,
Yes.
um
Gotta
to
preserve. Yeah.
preserve and the pipes and all."
Hmm.
So we had no water, and then so we had enough bottled water stocked up and all. But then it was like, how do we flush the toilets? So we had to go outside to get the snow to bring it in to put it in the toilet to flush. That's how we flush the toilets. But then it got to where the electricity left, and it was only coming on 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off, 15 minutes on, 15 minutes off. It did that for 3 days. So it would be like, okay, and we had gas, which was a great thing. We had a gas stove, we had um, the refrigerator. You're told don't open the refrigerator because electricity's off. So we would be like, it was like a timer, like everyone, because I live in the country, so everyone was like, okay, it's getting ready to come back on. I'll talk to you in 15 minutes. And then I would run downstairs.
Charge your
I
phone.
would run downstairs and be like, okay, I got to get in the kitchen. I got to cook. So I would cook breakfast for my sister next door. And then they come over. And then 15 minutes, it's like the stove is going off because there goes and it was still for a little bit. And it was like, it's going off. So then we would do what we need to do. And then 15 minutes later, like, okay.
Let's do
So
it
the
again.
phone would charge. It was just like we had this system, like, you got to do what you got to do. So that's what we did.
How long
And
did
it
that
worked.
last?
It lasted maybe 4 days.
Hmm.
Yeah. But the interesting thing that I found out is that at nighttime,
Hmm.
it was so warm. Like getting in the bed, even though well, I layered when I wasn't in the bed, but when
Hmm.
I got in the bed, I just put on the regular pajamas or maybe nothing at all. No one needs to know that because my body gets
Because
hot, but
we're not live.
yeah. No, we're not live. No, of course not. Of course not. So it was like super warm at nighttime. You didn't feel like it's freezing. I gotta get out of this bed. It was like it's warm. Yeah. Just lay in the bed and drink the water but yeah, it was the craziest experience ever. But it was, we all connected. We still
Right.
connected. People were still calling saying, "Hey, you got enough bars on your phone or you got your phone plugged
Still
up?"
got
And I
you
had my
still on that 15-minute timer?
Yes. And then I had my battery pack. My battery pack was continuously charged. So I was on Facebook trying to find out the news and everything going like, my
Right.
phone is still working because I got my charger.
Right.
So yeah. Yeah.
Watching
So,
your boy Ted Cruz hop on the plane out of town.
because he said my daughter wanted to get away. You can't disappoint the daughter, right?
Yeah, right. Can't disappoint
Woo.
her.
Yeah.
Can't
And
disappoint.
the mayor of Austin did the same thing. He went after he told everyone to stay in place and
Hmm.
wear your mask. He went somewhere. They caught him going to Cancun or something. Like people are in the airport looking
Yeah,
at you
right.
going,
Right.
like, don't you think they're going to notice you? Don't you think people have phones? Yeah. Crazy, crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. So yes, I'm excited to have you on. And as you could tell, we talk as though we pick up from where we left off, right? I
Yeah,
mean, it's
pretty,
like,
pretty
it's
much.
like fam.
Pretty much.
Um, I'm trying to think, how did I first meet you?
It was through George, right?
But was it through George? Didn't I meet you before George?
You know what? You're absolutely right. I introduced George to you, I think.
You introduced George to me
I think
because
so.
I met you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
met you. I think I listened to your music. I heard radio or it was something, and I was just thinking, how did I meet him?
I don't even remember anymore. It was so long ago.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask George. Like, say,
Yeah.
George, how do we do that?
Um,
Yeah.
well, I would text him if I wasn't on my phone.
Oh, you can text. You can
I,
multitask. You can
no,
just
we'll
just
wait.
just
We'll wait.
okay. So I will text
You'll
him.
do it?
Because
Yeah, you do that.
because
You
look
text
here,
him and
because
see
we're not live.
where.
Yeah.
No.
Ain't
Yeah,
nobody watching us right now.
I don't even remember that. It was still, I was still on my first album, right? So
You on your first album?
it was in the
Yes.
first album, yeah. So that was early 2000s.
I think I reached out to you. Let's see.
say
Hey,
mid 2000s.
George. I'm on live on Twitch. Look here, so we can get another room with Brad Marquis. We were wondering, did you introduce me to Brad?
He might have.
Or did
Either he introduced
Brad
me or
introduce
I
you?
introduced him. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
introduce you to me. Do tell. We're waiting. Okay, cool. So I remember when I first heard you sing, um, I heard you singing, and I also heard you doing a Sam Cooke review, and that of course got my attention. And I was like, okay, so is he doing Sam Cooke? Is it Sam Cooke? Is this Sam Cooke's son? And he doesn't know that Sam Cooke is his daddy. Is this gonna come out? Like, are they gonna, exhume the body and find out the DNA?
He
Like,
might
what
be
is
the
going on?
he might be the great granddaddy or the great daddy or his granddaddy.
Ah,
So,
get chat. Inquiring minds want to know. I don't know.
hey,
But yeah,
grandma has since passed away, so I really there's no
you're
one
like,
around. Though they say
if
a
it's
woman's heart is a vault of secrets.
so it's buried. It's buried.
It's
Can't get it
buried.
back.
Whatever it
It's
was
buried.
is gone now.
Exactly, exactly. So when I heard you, I was like, your voice was very rich, and your voice is very original to me. I haven't heard anyone else that has your voice. You know how some people can sound like other people,
Right.
but and not that you sounded like Sam Cooke, but it was like this distinction between you and Sam Cooke.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I gotta play his stuff on my show. I really do. I really do. And so just to give an idea, you guys, in case you're wondering, the first song that I heard from Mr. Marquis, uh, and what it happens to also be Ray's favorite song, even though Ray is not on here. But I think Ray is lurking in the background looking at us right now.
I'm sure he's around.
Yeah, because I see somebody, there's a one person on, and I think it's him. I wish I could find that out, but we're not gonna, we're not gonna linger on that. Let's go to the song that got my attention, you guys. This is Brad Marquis, and this is in what year, Brad?
That song was released in 2006.
2006. Okay, wow. And it's still hot, you guys. So this is it. We're gonna let you listen to this. Is Brad Marquis with Radio.
I can listen to my radio. It's as though no matter what comes on, they keep when I listen to my radio. It's as though no matter what comes on, they keep on playing. Just like sunshine and music on summer days, I'm energized by your eyes as they reflect the sun rays. Love, I'm mystified by the beauty that radiates from deep inside, and your smile says it all, and I can hear it when you call. But if you don't, then I know there's always one place I can go. I can listen to my radio. It's as though no matter what comes on, they keep on. When I listen to my radio, it's as though no matter what comes on, they keep on playing my song. Reminiscing on what you mean, I finally see what your life brings to me. Girl, I don't know much outside the feeling that I get from your touch, and my heart beats so slow that it completely stops the flow. But I know where to go when I wanna pick up the tempo. I just listen to my radio. It's as
Wow. How
Yeah.
did that feel?
What'd you say?
How did that feel?
Took me back down
Ah,
memory lane.
uh, hello, I'm back.
I
I'm like, where's the
mean,
button?
you can let the album play. It's all
I know,
good.
just like an artist, like a true artist. Like, well, some artists are like, I don't like to hear myself. I'm too critical. I want to change it.
Normally I don't. Normally I don't. Because you always hear the things that you wanted to change or you
Hmm.
think you can do better. You always hear those things.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
once you're in, that's kind of closer to the project being completed or what have you. But when you're this far out now,
Yeah.
I'm so far removed from that song, and it's like it's just nostalgic at this point.
Oh, wow.
It takes me back to the industry was a whole different place back
Hmm.
then. It was a whole
Hmm.
different time, whole
Hmm.
different set of rules, whole
Hmm.
different all different ways of monetizing it, and and it was a different grind, and and it just takes me back to the grind, takes me back to all the people that I.
Brad, hello. Brad, what
Oh yeah,
happened?
see that's what happened. I'm sorry. Let me.
Someone called.
Yeah, someone called. My wife called actually.
Is she in the same room with you or the same house?
He's downstairs FaceTiming me. Probably wonder who I'm upstairs talking to.
Tell her.
All right. No, I need to tell me to see if I can text her on my thing.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't tell. I
can.
didn't tell her I was doing the interview with Pepper.
Oh, yeah, tell her come on up. She can be on.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
She
yeah,
will. I'm sure she will in a second.
tell her to pop in. She'll be like, who that woman you talking to?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So George just texted me back, right?
Yeah. What do you say?
And George says that Brad introduced me to you.
I thought so.
Yeah. He says, Brad introduced me to you. He says, two awesome people. George is awesome too. George is,
Yeah.
oh, I am so glad that I know him. Like he is someone that on this journey of life, everyone should have a George.
You know what? I completely agree.
Yeah. Everyone should have a George. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody needs that kind of support.
Hmm. Hmm. So you have been influenced. I know that there's someone in the industry that a lot of people are not aware who he is or what he does, but he has been an icon as far as writing um, great songs. And his name is Gordon Chambers.
Mm-hmm.
And the relationship that you have with him is priceless. And um, I'm sure that you probably pinch yourself knowing him.
I probably what? Say it again.
You probably pinch yourself knowing him.
Oh, pinched myself.
Pinch
Absolutely.
yourself. You're like, what? What you thought I said? What you thought I said?
I don't know what you said. I don't know what you said. That's why I was listening. But yeah, man, he was I met him when I was living in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
And like from the moment I met him, it's crazy how we met because he was my roommate at the time had a
Hmm.
studio in the
Hmm.
basement of where we lived at. We had a 2-story loft.
Hmm.
And he was a DJ on Skyrock Radio in France. And so anybody and
Mm.
everybody in the world literally would come through his home to do an interview for
Hmm.
Skyrock Radio with Lil
Okay.
Wayne, Lil Mama,
Oh, wow.
Neo, Rihanna, you named it. They came through our home at some point or another as they were ascending or as they were doing their thing. This was a media stop when they come through New York.
Wow.
Was our house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Gordon was, he was friends with my roommate, and we had a radio studio as well as a recording studio in our basement.
Hmm.
So Gordon would come and record songs there,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that's how I met him. I lived upstairs, and I would come down when all the commotion was going on, and
Wow.
that's how I met Gordon, and we hit it off, from Jump Street, and you know he, once he started hearing my music and finding out about me, he
Uh-huh.
would, request that I go with him to a lot of these indie open.
Oh, wow.
you know, so I was traveling throughout New York with him, and he was just introducing me to the indie soul scene.
Right.
Before that, I was in the hip hop scene. You know, I was in the New York underground hip hop scene. I was the only R&B guy singing in all of these underground hip hop, you know,
Yeah.
clubs and all of that. Like
Right.
literally, it was nuts. But Gordon, he introduced me to the indie soul scene, and you know, after that, it just kind of took off.
Wow. Amazing. What a great story because he and of course I met him, well, I met him through George and you. So I'm honored to know him.
Yeah.
Um I want to play one of my favorites by you. You know what that song is?
Love will find a way.
Love will find a way, but of course it's not on here.
It should be on there.
No, I can't see it. So let's say, nope. Look, I'm like, nope. Let me see. Okay. Let's see.
Waking up is the dream to me when I turn my head and I see you still by my side. Girl, it brings me so much joy. This love is not a perfect thing. I can't promise it will be easy, but I'll try to keep our love employed. I'll never let you walk alone, baby. Hold my hand wherever you take your breath. I'll go home, baby, till the end. If darkness makes you lose sight of us, I'll be the light of hope. I'm not giving up, girl. Our love comes once every blue moon. So, baby, keep trying to talk like we're friends. If ever we're fighting, forgive and forget. Keep our love growing, full of romance. No matter what mistakes we make, love will find a way. Yeah, right.
Yeah. He did it live. He can sing and he's in tune. Yeah. I thank you so much. Look at you. I'd be like, hey DJ, you got that song? Better yet,
See,
Brad.
that's when I finish and you just come right in with the record. Boom.
Hello, I
Second
know,
verse.
but
Second
but
verse.
it ain't. It's not on here. Like I'm not understanding.
Mhm.
Like what's the deal? Like
What else we
so
got on there? That's funny. That record should have been at the top of the playlist.
no, it is
What
not.
else we got on there? What else we
Uh,
got?
one of my other favorites by you is the one you love.
Mm.
So tell everyone about that song. How did that song come about? And is love important to you? Does love make the world go around?
Well, yes, it does.
Hmm.
Um, yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
You know, it is. You know, it's why I do what I do. It's why I got, you know, obviously the love for music. And when I was working early on, when I graduated college, I was working in a lot of environments. You know, I was working in youth prisons with the boys, I was working group homes with girls. You
Hmm.
know, just trying to figure out what after college was going to look like.
Hmm.
You know, I wanted to do music, but I didn't know how. I didn't know where to
Right.
go. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to talk to. I just was kind of out here for a
Hmm.
little bit. Um, but working in those environments showed me. I remember the song "Locked Up" came out. I
Uh-huh.
saw that song showed me the power of music for real, for real.
Okay.
You know, Akon, Styles P, Locked Up came out. I'm
Hmm.
working in the prisons with the young men, and I just saw how much they just gravitated to entertainment and music. And but
Hmm.
I did not, you know, not speaking about Akon or Styles P, but I didn't think there were a lot of positive role models out there.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so that's when I started, you know, that's when I decided like I wanted to be one of those positive role models, you know, and I wanted to
Wow.
do, you know, a lot the opposite of a lot of the things that I was seeing in media. And so that's when I really started looking for ways of you know, doing music,
Yeah.
you know, and I had a lot of equipment, stuff that I would purchase. I purchased little things here and there in college you get your grant money back, or you get your scholarship money back, or what have you, and you got a little bit left over, and I would go and buy like music equipment. But I wouldn't use it. I would just buy it and I would tuck it away because, I wanted to graduate. I knew if I got in the weeds of the music, it was going to just prolong my graduation. I wasn't going to focus on graduating the way that I should.
Right.
And so after I graduated, I put all this stuff together and started trying to figure it out, writing songs and producing and all of that stuff. I have a whole album that nobody's ever heard.
Really?
No, absolutely. It's like a 15-song album that nobody's ever heard. It's called My Dream. Well, I don't say nobody's ever heard, just the people who, were around at that time heard it.
Yeah.
But I didn't put it out or put it online or anything like that.
Wow.
But absolutely, a lot of great songs that I could reuse again at any time. But
yeah.
But yeah, so working in those environments made me just, want to get out here and be a positive role model. And when I got into the New York music scene, I told you I started out in hip hop, the underground hip hop circuit. Well, I'm in there, and you never know who's in the building, but there's a lot of temperaments in the building.
Right.
And it is not a lot of women. It's a lot of dudes. Everybody rapping for each other. Everybody, a lot of testosterone, and
right.
People, trying flexing and jostling for position. And that's where I came up with this phrase, all love, all the time. Because I normally was one of three R&B dudes, or, maybe two R&B guys and one R&B female who was performing in these environments. And when I would get up there, I started using all love all the time as a way of corralling the crowd and getting them in the same kind of mindset of just support and love and peace and and it worked.
Genius. That's genius. Yeah.
And so I just kept doing it, and it became my thing. And it's always, and I'm an R&B guy at heart. I'm a Freddie Jackson, Keith Washington, Glenn Jones, Howard Hewitt, Peebo Bryson. Like that's where I sit. Luther Vandross, that's where I sit. Johnny Gill, all of that. So, they did love in a way that I'm hoping, to continue that legacy. I'm hoping I've been continuing that legacy, but they do love in a different way than it's being done now. And, especially on records, all of that. And we need that. And hopefully, hopefully I'll continue to do those types of songs and bring that type of energy.
So, since you mentioned that of what they're doing now, do you think they know what love is?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's so many dynamics that's broken it down and jaded people's perception of it. You can go just generationally, it's been the household, the family unit has been broken down. And grandma and great grandma was pretty much some of the last units that stayed together, the last units that knew the sacrifice in love. I think that's what's missing today a lot is the empathy, consideration, and sacrifice that it takes to love somebody.
Yeah.
And I think entertainment has pushed, specifically music, hip hop, R&B music, has pushed the wrong messaging for the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
And the messaging of love has been muted or pushed to indie or pushed to jazz or pushed to other spaces, and hip hop and R&B have merged. And so now you can't tell that. Now you don't even know the difference. Yeah. Between hip hop and R&B, everything's labeled the same. Everybody has the same topics. Everybody's, going to a disrespectful kind of love. And
wow.
they've diluted the dynamics of love. Meaning, love has wears a lot of different hats. It's not just sex and buy me stuff. The women sing about buy me stuff. I'm gonna give you my body, buy me something. And men is I'm gonna give you some money, give me your body. But it's so many different. Okay, that's one aspect of love or one aspect of relationships, but it's not the gambit that we've known, you know, from, you know, before Motown, from Sam Cooke,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to Motown, to even to Bad Boy,
Mm-hmm.
to now, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Yeah.
you've seen the drop off in, you know, the conversations around love and relationships, you know, where we would, you know, you get all the, you know, baby, come back to me, you know, I messed up, you know, or, you know, I'll do this, you know, I'll pay, you know, baby face, you know, I'll pay your clothes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, as soon
Mm-hmm.
as you get home from work, or, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with the pill kind of thing, or,
Right.
you know, so it was a lot of different conversations about love. Luther Vandross, don't want to be a fool for love. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of different conversations, a lot of different dynamics that happen within a relationship that we can talk about that no longer gets talked about. You know, and so now when you
Mm-hmm.
come fast forward to what's happening now, when you don't have the family structure, you don't have, you know, you don't have people giving the right mentorship or
Mm-hmm.
information, and then entertainment is saying this is what it's about, and
Mm-hmm.
where do kids and young people get their information from? You know, entertainment,
Entertainment.
social media, and all that,
Yeah.
social media, entertainment, all that stuff. And I just believe the messaging is just so off.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, and I think we need to teach these generations moving forward through entertainment, through music, through whatever, through our TV shows, through whatever mediums we can, the different layers of love and the different responsibilities of love. Like, it's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people, you know, it's not just, oh, I cook for him or I pay the bills. Like, nah, there's the emotional and mental
There's
aspects of love
more.
that
Yeah.
need to be taken care of as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
There
I
needs,
think we
there
need to
has to
start
be,
singing about that stuff again.
right, and there has to be accountability, because
Yeah.
there's no accountability for anything. If you do it, if you don't, who cares?
Oh, if you don't,
Um,
if the accountability gets rewritten with the narrative,
mhm,
you know,
mhm,
if you
mhm,
know, folks rewrite the narrative to fit whatever they want it to fit.
mhm,
You know,
mhm,
fake news as they call it these days.
mhm, mhm,
You know,
mhm.
but okay, I'm gonna rewrite the narrative so I don't have to take accountability for my BS.
And no one's going to correct me when I
And
do it.
nobody's gonna correct me. You
So
know.
if they agree, that means it's okay.
Yep.
And if
If I can
everyone's trying
find
to
10,
watch,
if I can find 10 people who believe what I believe, then I'm right.
and if I get, you know, 10,000 likes on TikTok, that means that everyone likes it, and I must be doing something
I
good.
must be
Not
doing
that they're,
something good, even if I'm
yeah,
destroying everything
exactly,
around me.
exactly,
You know,
exactly, exactly.
so,
So everyone, this is Brad Marquis. I know we got on love, and we trying to save the world one person at a time. I think we're doing pretty good, don't you think so?
one song at a time.
One
Hey,
song at a time.
that's I'm here. I'm here to be that inspiration. I'm here to rewrite. I don't say rewrite, but to uh,
Add
talk
to,
about those rules of love.
yeah,
You know, and maybe
and add,
explain, flush them out. But
yeah, and add to our forefathers who, uh, and not even, you know, when you think about the dynamics of our forefathers, and you know, there's a generation. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this earpiece together.
mm-hmm.
Okay, now I can hear you. There's a generation. I think the generation before us. Um, there's some discrepancies on love, on what they were taught, because, you know, I didn't see my grandparents, who, my grandmother, my big mama, just passed. It'll be 2 years this month, and she was
Mm-hmm.
100 years old when she passed.
Wow.
I never saw them kiss until their 50th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And I stood there like, did,
Well,
did they just, are they holding hands?
they had to do something. You got here.
I know, but you just didn't see it. You know, that generation, they didn't show the affection. It was like, you know, they stayed together just because, and then it got to where they were sleeping in separate beds. And I'm like, who sleeps in separate beds? I'm just sleep together. And then, you
My
know, then
grandfather and my grandmother, my grandfather always slept on the couch. He always
are
slept,
you serious?
he always slept on the couch. You know, it wasn't a love thing. It transcended love. You know,
Oh wow.
they knew what it was about. It wasn't even about,
It
you know,
wasn't this yeah,
you know, all those whatever things that we put so much emphasis on.
emphasis on. Mhm.
You know, they knew what the love, but they didn't have to prove it. They didn't have to do
Yeah.
all these little micro things or magnanimous things to prove that how they felt about one another. How they
Right.
felt about one another was executed in how they cared for the family, you know,
Mhm.
and how they cared for
Mhm.
one another. sleeping in the same bed, whatever. I'm comfortable over here. You
Yeah.
comfortable over there.
Because your snoring is kind of loud, and I need some rest, and I got to rest.
Like,
so you know what?
Brad, I slept in the bed with her for 40 years. You weren't even around. You know what I mean?
I want my space right now.
Right? I just want to be comfortable right now.
Exactly. But yeah, when I saw them kiss, I was just like, did they kiss? Like their lips just touched. I was dumbfounded. I was going, and they're holding hands? Because I never, ever, ever saw them do that.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw affection, I just saw hard work. I saw commitment, but I never saw the emotional commitment.
Right.
I just saw the responsibility commitment. I saw the protector commitment. I saw the, it wasn't, the affection didn't see. So, I came along and I'm trying to change everything. I'm like going, I love you. And I'm showing you that I love you.
Yeah.
And I want to hold your hand. And I want to kiss you. And I need some affection. Yeah, I want all that. I'm not trying to go through life going like, ain't nobody got to hug me. And no, I want you to touch me.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to be touched.
But, I think our generation is different, man. We bridge the gap, from what was, and then we still connect to the future of what will be.
Yeah.
But we're still in a space where we can mold what will be or what can be.
Yeah.
It's just, can we collectively take on that responsibility? Because these babies are still babies.
Yeah, they are.
And they're still looking for guidance. And although they puff their chests out and they act like they know everything,
they don't.
They don't. And they are looking for the right voice to coach them on what to do. Mm-hmm. But they've heard so many of the wrong ones, and so addicted to instant gratification. They just, now it's like, okay, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's all right. It's what I can do for you, but it's reciprocal too. You have a responsibility in that to keep me coming back, to keep me loving on you, to keep me wanting to do for you. Like there's a responsibility in there that you have to carry out. And again, it goes beyond cooking a meal or having sex or just looking cute every day, whatever. Nah, because eventually that wears thin, and we got to talk. We got to figure out finances. We got to do, we got to do other things, that's gonna keep us together and keep us growing.
Yeah, you're right. So everyone, BRADD MARQUIS. I want to play one of my other favorites. Well, I love Eventually. And I love the one. Let's do the one you love. Let's play the one you love. Everyone, BRADD MARQUIS. This is the one you love. And if you don't know BRADD MARQUIS, I would advise you to Google him. And it's 2 D's.
2 D's.
BRADD.
And Marquis with an S. MARQUIS. It's up there on the screen. But my mama did it. It is my real name. My mama did it. So don't go. Oh, he's trying to be. No, it's original.
You trying to be like? What is that?
I ain't just make it up. It's
like. Glenn Lewis has 2 N's. Glenn Jones has 2 N's. So it's like Brad has 2 D's. Okay, mama. Thank you, mama. Making your child unique.
It was her fault. Then the record she was playing all night long.
Everyone, this is BRADD MARQUIS with The One You Love.
Mistakes were made, and games were played, and baby, I'm sorry. How can I prove to you that I'm still in love with you? All I ever wanted was you by my side. I got confused, started hurting you, and then you walked out of my life. To make me see that we had so many possibilities. I tried so hard to make believe that this thing wouldn't be forever. No, and I could find somebody else better. And now I know I'm gonna be the one you love, the one who holds you when your world gets tough. It's that simple, baby. I that simple, baby. It's been a while, and I've tried to get you off my mind. This pain I felt from losing you, still killing me inside. Appreciating the things you did is what I should have done before. I realize now that I've known a whole lot of a choice. To make me see, there's so many possibilities. I try so hard to make believe, so hard forever. No, and I can find somebody else better. And now I know the one you love, the one you love. You will get started. I know I'll be the one you need, the one you need, the one you wish you with a kiss, baby. Yeah. You're all to make me see, to make me see. There's so many possibilities, and I try so hard to make believe, and I don't wanna make believe this more. I love it, baby, and I can find somebody else better. And now I know.
Nice, Brad. Nice. I see you bobbing your head because you were liking that too. You were like, yeah,
Man,
I like that.
I've removed enough to be able to appreciate it and not hear whatever.
Yeah. I think it's great. I think you're a great songwriter. I think that you are a songwriter to where, sometimes some songwriters you cannot understand what they're writing. And sometimes it takes a lot of views to figure out what they're writing. You're like you ask this person, so what'd you get from that? And then you ask this person, so what'd you get from it? And they're like, well, that's what I got. And you're like, well, that's what I got. So yeah, yours is very direct. Thank you for being direct and just, hey.
That's what it's always been. Just
yeah. Okay, so call your wife up. I want to see her. I want to talk to her. Call her up. Come on.
All right, let me go get her.
Okay. So who's ever joining us? I think it's Ray Ray. Ray Ray, are you joining us? How are we doing?
Come upstairs, please.
You hear that voice? He's saying, come upstairs, please. Like, I need you to come upstairs right now. Come upstairs. Yes, I'm Yanni.
Hello there.
Hello there. How
Not
are you
a
doing?
makeup on, nothing. You just, my
Girl.
hair needs to be done.
Girl, you look beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. It is nice.
My good side. Not neither
Girl,
side.
I know it's like, what side do I go to? And then do I to the arm like this or do I do like this? Or So it's nice to finally meet you.
You too. I think you and Brad were speaking one time, and I think we met via phone, but not.
Yes.
camera.
Yes, via phone, because you were very, thank you for listening to me. You did a great job on listening to me. I was like, Brad, I like her. Yeah, she's a keeper. Like, she's listening to a total stranger's issues of losing the person that she loved. And I'm like, she's listening to me. But thank you for that. It was.
I'm a nurse. I've listened to many
Oh,
of
wow.
stories, many of people's
Yeah.
stories, so don't even worry about it. I'm here
Thank
to
you.
talk some more.
Thank you. So tell me this. from your perspective as the wife of BRADD MARQUIS, what do you think about him as an artist?
I think he's amazing. I think he is his best self when he's doing what he loves. And I've been able to see that firsthand. The first time I went to see him when we were, newly dating, he was like, "I have a show." Okay, we went to a show, and I was like, "Oh, you do this." And then as time went on, I can tell this is who he is. This is what he does, and that's when he's his best self. I love watching him because I know that, that's what God has chosen him to pick. That's what He put him here for, is to sing, to perform, to entertain, but also to minister. So his music is his ministry as well.
Well, thank you for being the supporter of the gift, because it's important, to have the support, to support someone who loves what they do, even though you might not love it, but you know that's his gift, and that's what he does, and that's his space that he's in. So.
I love most of it. Show prep could be a little rough. Show prep could be very rough.
You're like, you
when
need
he
an
gets in his
assistant.
zone.
Yeah.
But I've learned to deal. I learned how to deal with it. I've learned to, like, okay, don't take this personal.
Don't take it personal. Exactly. Yeah, he's just in the zone. Zone. So how did you guys meet?
We met at church.
Y'all met at church. Wow.
Singing together. Yeah,
oh
singing
wow.
together.
So you sang?
Just a little bit.
Oh no, you sang.
No,
I could tell. I could tell you sang because you did this number.
Sing?
She's in the Sam Cooke show.
See, I knew she could sing because this is what she did. I sing. Her eyes went to the side like, I sing. I'm like, no, you sang.
She was one of the background singers in the Sam Cooke show, and had a little solo part too in one of the songs.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all sing together for me right now.
Oh my gosh, babe, which one sang?
Hey,
oh, look at her. She ready. She like,
I just did my one sang for the night.
Oh no, no. Your wife said, "Babe, what we gonna sing?"
No.
So come on and sing for me.
Cause tonight is the night, and the feeling's alright. We'll be making love the whole night through. So I'm saving all my love for you. That last part was bad, but I thought he was gonna like harmonize with me.
You are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Girl,
Just a little
do
bit.
you know that people that have contracts will be like, I didn't practice. I really can't sing right now.
I was singing that song earlier because I was singing the Sam Cooke stuff.
You said, Pepper, let me find the motivation.
Right. I was just singing that, so it was like the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, I thank you.
Of course.
That is, you're the first. Let's see, out of all my years of interviewing, I've never had the wife to sing.
Oh.
You are the first. You made the first girl out of 37 years of doing this. She's like, I ain't never had the wife to sing. Like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I've been singing all my life, so it's just, it's natural. It's, when we were singing in church, it was just, it's what we do. What I've been doing. He's been singing in church all his life.
And so have you.
We do.
So do you sing to your patients since you say you're a nurse?
Well, I'm not at the bedside anymore, but my colleagues, if you sit around long enough, you'll hear me sing something. Like, sing it. No, don't put me on the spot, but sit around long enough. We usually have music playing, something will come on, I'm singing it. So they all know me. They all know that I sing.
They'd be like, hit it. Well, thank you again for coming on and being obedient and saying, I don't look right.
Terrible. Goodness, he has me on the spot.
But you did good. You's a star. That's what I say. You are a star. You are a star. Because you were like, hey, let's do it.
He's like, babe, come here. I was like to park in the bathtub while I was here.
Oh, and everyone, if you're wondering why his phone went off.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, because she was.
He didn't tell me. He didn't tell me. I was like, "Where's my husband? Like, is there a husband in the house tonight?"
Is there a house?
Yeah,
There
right.
a house in the house tonight? Stand up.
Oh,
But I
goodness.
thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so
Yes.
welcome. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for thinking of me.
You're welcome. I said, go get your wife. Go get her. He's like, okay, let me go see. Let me.
You
let me
coming back?
Yeah, you know, I thought it was my interview. Just taking Debo on my interview.
I mean, it could be our interview.
Look here. Is he washing? Is he folding
They want
clothes?
to share everything, man.
Oh,
Doing half of everything.
I feel a little bit of some haterade going on.
Yeah.
Haterade is in the house.
I'm not studying, Brad. I ain't studying them.
Let's see. Hater Braid, Hater Brad, Haterade,
Never heard that one before.
Raiderade, Hater Braid, Hater Brad.
No, doesn't fit. Shoe don't fit.
So I thank you again for doing this for me. I knew I could call on you, and I knew that you would feel really bad for me and want to do it. I know you'd be like,
I'm here. You know I'm here.
She needs some help. Let me help her out. She
No.
needs some help. Yeah. So let everyone know your albums, your latest one that you, because I thought it was new, but you remastered some of the or remixed some of the songs.
It's a few of the songs are new. Some of them are. I think it's about 7. The title of the EP is called Love.
Of course.
And I put it out during COVID. There was a lot of, for me, there was, we were all there. We were in the house. We were watching all the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor stuff happening. And the entertainment business pretty much shut down. All we had was Netflix and whatever's on there. There wasn't a lot of music or movies or anything being put out. And I thought it was a travesty because obviously music, is a soundtrack of the world. It can move people. Movies, music, it moves culture. And I didn't see anybody moving the culture. I felt a lot of my artist friends or a lot of artists I knew was like, okay, we can't tour, so why put out music? Like, we can't do anything, so why are we putting out music? And then we're gonna have to turn around a year or two from now and do more because it'll be old. And I was like, nah. I was like, we gotta, we can't just be sitting around watching, somebody with his knee on a man's neck, on a 24/7 news cycle. So I was like, I'm gonna do these songs. I'm gonna put them out. I'm gonna, express myself in a way. And I had a few songs that I had never put on a record before. They were older songs, great songs, some of my favorite songs, but I had never put them on a project before. And so I put those songs with some new songs that I produced and co-produced, and just put out the Love Project just as a, hey, take it, listen to something else and do something else that besides, and I called it Love because I felt specifically at that time we needed a lot more of that to go around because everybody was in a state of depression. Everybody was, as you know, folks were dying left and right from COVID. They were dying left and right, Nobody knew what was going on, when it would end. And, I was just like, well, I wasn't worried about making any money or anything off the project. I just wanted to make people smile.
Right.
Make myself smile.
Yeah.
That's where that Love EP came from.
Wow.
But I have a new, I'm working on a new project, man. As you know, the Sam Cooke stuff, I did a live show and we recorded the show, audio, video, all of that. And the audio is coming, and it's
nice.
Absolutely, in the words of George Littlejohn, this is the best I've ever heard you sound, and think people are going to be very...
Oh, that's what George said?
He said, I think people are going to be very impressed.
Nice. I can't wait. Wait. And of course...
It's a different Brad because it's live.
Yeah.
It's live, it's uncut, it's no holds barred, and it's like you get all of me. I don't think on any of my projects you're able to get all of me. One, because I was young and I might not have known who the heck I was, but now, you get all of
Yeah.
You know, and it's long enough. Like, you know, some folks might not. You know, I mean, with attention spans these days, the project is about an hour and 20-minute listen. So it's get you
Really?
a drink, it's sit back, get you some wine, you know, whatever, and just light some candles, dim the lights, and just listen, you know, and you'll go on a ride.
So are you going to release a visual with that, you think?
I have tons of visuals because we like I said, we shot the show as well. We had like a 4-camera shoot
Okay.
for the show.
Okay.
So we're gonna edit that down and put out snippets of it, and maybe at some point release the whole show.
The whole thing. Yeah. I think that'd be great.
We'll see how it all goes, how it all plays out. You know, I guess the goal is Broadway for me, man. The goal is Broadway. The goal is Las Vegas. I want to be up there doing my MJ thing. I know you haven't seen it. If you come to New York and you get a chance, Michael Jackson on Broadway, it's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my play cousin just took her fiance the other day. She showed pictures. She took him for his birthday, and the Michael Jackson play was one of the events that they went to.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I wonder which singer they had. If they had the original singer who won the Tony Award, the show was, you know, amazing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is good to know. Well, I thank you again. I can't thank you enough. And you've always supported me. You've always supported my show. And I love you.
My pleasure. Love you too. Love you too. I'm glad to see you shining again, you know?
I'm shining again.
Not that you probably wasn't shining before, but
I wasn't shining before. That's just honest to God's truth. I was not shining.
That you might do that rolling out of bed. I don't know.
I was not shining. I was not shining. This is a new time. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah. I wasn't even, I just realized I wasn't even trying to listen to music. I was like,
I get it. It wasn't much to listen to either. Like,
yeah.
You know, now we got to go digging in the crates to find good stuff to listen to.
Yeah.
You know.
Or you could just tune into the Hot Pepper Show. Because I always find it.
You can tune into the Hot Pepper Show.
Or you can tune into the Hot Pepper Show. In case you're wondering where the Hot Pepper Show's at, I'm on Neo Soul Cypher. Look at me messing up the name. Neo Soul Cypher. And hopefully
good thing we're not live.
Did I push it? No, I didn't push it. I was like, did I press it? No, not yet. Good thing we're not live. But in case we were, I hope to be doing more Neo Soul Cyphers and with artists. And also, you guys can check me out at kazifm.org every Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., where I have the Hot Pepper Show there also. So that'll be good.
All right, we franchising now.
Franchising worldwide. We're on the world tour.
My man. Yeah.
Hello. Thank you.
All right.
But thank you again, you guys. This is BRADD Marquis. Google him. Give him your social media.
Everything is BRADD, BRADD Marquis, MARQUIS, like the name on the screen. Anywhere you music and social media stuff, it's all there.
Cool. Well, thank you, sir. Love you.
Right,
and we will be in contact because that Sam Cooke is going to be fire.
Yo, I'm anticipating world-changing, life-changing stuff.
Good. It's coming. We need it. It's coming.
Yes, we do.
Yes. Cool.
All right.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Brad. Okay, you guys. Thank you. My name is Pepper, and thank you, Ray, for giving me the opportunity to do this. This is new to me, but I'm gonna embrace it and do what I need to do, and it's gonna be good. So check out the Hot Pepper Show also on kzifm.org every Saturday, 3 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I will be back here with the Neo Soul Cypher. Yes, the Hot Pepper Show. Bye. My social media. I forgot to tell you guys. Facebook, it is a fan page. The Hot Pepper Show with Pepper Thomas is the fan page. And on Instagram, it is The Hot Pepper Show. And on Twitter, it is Hot Pepper Show. And you guys, I'm trying to build my TikTok so I can go live. So I am on TikTok as The Hot Pepper Show. So follow me. I would love to